Welcome, focused learners, to this explainer. Look, if you're an educator here in Ohio, keeping your teaching certificate up to date is literally your ticket to staying in the classroom. It's the lifeblood of your career, right? But let's be real, navigating the state bureaucracy can feel incredibly overwhelming, and the consequences of letting your license expire? Yeah, they are no joke. So today, we're going to take all that stress out of the equation. We're breaking down exactly how to renew your Ohio teaching certificate step by step using the official guidelines.
But first, I want to hook you with a critical question, one that honestly strikes fear into the heart of any busy teacher. What actually happens if you miss the state's hard cutoff of October 1st? Now, you might be thinking, hey, I just pay a late fee and move on, right? Well, actually scratch that, because the reality is much more stressful. If you miss that October 1st deadline, your required coursework immediately jumps by 50%. No way, right? You literally go from needing 6 semester hours to needing 9 semester hours just to renew. That is a massive penalty. To put that into perspective, 3 additional graduate credits at a university can cost you anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000. Plus, it takes an entire semester to complete. So it's a hard cutoff with a very real financial and time penalty attached.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover 1. Eligibility and requirements, 2. Continuing education tips, 3. Documents and application steps, 4. Fees and processing timelines, 5. Common pitfalls to avoid, and 6. Summary and official resources.
All right, moving on to Section 1, Eligibility and Requirements.
So for most classroom teachers, the standard professional teaching license operates on a strict 5-year cycle. During that window, if you're currently employed in an Ohio public school, a chartered non-public school, or an educational service center, your renewal process is actually highly localized. It runs through your LPDC. That stands for Local Professional Development Committee, which is basically a district-level body. Your very first requirement is to create an IPDP, an Individual Professional Development Plan. You can kind of think of this as your personalized roadmap for professional growth. It absolutely must be approved by your LPDC, and all your continuing education has to align directly with it.
And this brilliantly illustrates how your current employment status completely dictates your renewal pathway. Check this out. If you are employed in an Ohio school, you work through your LPDC, you follow your IPDP, and you complete 6 semester credits, 18 continuing education units, or an approved combination of the two. But if you're unemployed, or maybe teaching out of state, well, you don't have an LPDC. So instead, you have to complete 6 direct semester hours of coursework from an accredited college or university.
Let's move along to Section 2, Continuing Education Tips.
First up, let's break down the math clearly so you know exactly what you're dealing with. 6 semester hours of graduate coursework is exactly equal to 18 continuing education units, or CEUs, and those 18 CEUs, they are exactly equal to 180 contact hours. If you're working through an LPDC, they can actually approve a mix and match of these to hit your total.
Now, here is a secret to maximizing your income. When you're choosing between graduate credits or contact hours, remember this absolutely crucial point. Graduate credits count towards your salary lane, but contact hours generally do not. Moving up a salary lane can add $1,500 to $3,500 a year to your paycheck, and that compounds every single year of your career. Earning graduate credits checks the box for your license renewal while simultaneously moving you up the pay scale. It's honestly one of the best investments you can make, for sure.
So, you might be wondering, what kind of professional development actually counts? Well, completing those state-mandated Science of Reading modules, that absolutely counts toward your renewal. Also, completing intensive dyslexia training through an International Dyslexia Association Accreditation Plus program, or even earning your national board certification. These are fantastic ways to fulfill these requirements while gaining some highly specialized, in-demand skills.
Let's jump to Section 3, Documents and Application Steps.
I promise you, the paperwork side of things does not have to be a headache. Before you even log in to apply, just gather your must-have documents. You're going to need your official university transcript showing your completed coursework. You absolutely must have valid BCI and FBI background checks on file with the state. And if you're employed, you need that active LPDC-approved IPDP we just talked about. Just have the whole shebang ready to go.
Here are the exact steps. First, log into your OID account. Second, click on the Educator licensure and records system. You probably know this as the core dashboard. Third, locate your expiring credential and hit Renew. If you're employed, select your LPDC from the drop-down menu so they can electronically verify your hours. Now, if you aren't using an LPDC, this is exactly where you'll upload your official transcripts. Finally, step 4, pay the fee
and submit.
So, the crucial point is Section 4, Fees and Processing Timelines.
Let's visually lay out the fee structure. A standard 5-year professional license renewal is going to run you $200. Now, if your license has already lapsed, you're going to need a reinstatement license while you catch up. A 1-year reinstatement is $40, and a 2-year reinstatement is $80. Just a quick heads up, these fees are non-refundable, so please make sure your application is totally accurate before you hit submit.
Let's look at the timeline, because this is huge. Applications actually open on November 1st of the year before your license expires. Your license officially expires on June 30th of your 5th year. But, and this is a massive but, you have a grace period until October 1st of that same year to submit your application without penalty. That is, provided your coursework was completed before the expiration date.
Okay, I need to give you a serious warning here, based on the state's guidelines. Your background checks, the FBI and BCI fingerprints, they can take 60 days or more to process, especially if your fingerprints are rejected and need to be redone. Please, do not wait until September to get fingerprinted. The state board literally cannot review your application until your background check clears.
Moving right along to Section 5, Common Pitfalls to Avoid.
You know, every single year, Ohio teachers face delays or extra costs just because they fall into a few routine traps. So here are the 3 biggest mistakes to avoid. Pitfall number 1, missing that October 1st cutoff and triggering that 50% coursework penalty we discussed earlier. Ouch. Pitfall number 2, uploading individual CEU certificates directly to the state's core system. Don't do this. You must give your CEU certificates directly to your local LPDC for verification. The state system doesn't want them. And pitfall number 3, assuming your background checks are valid when your FBI check is actually expired. Check your core dashboard early to see if you need new fingerprints.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 6, Summary and Official Resources.
Okay, you now have the blueprint to navigate this entire process smoothly and efficiently. But here's a crucial disclaimer. Administrative rules, fees, and requirements can and do change. While this explainer provides a comprehensive guide based on the provided sources, you must always consult the official Ohio Department of Education and Workforce or your local LPDC for the absolute most current and personalized information before submitting your paperwork.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you with a provocative question to spark some immediate action. Is your individual professional development plan ready for the next cycle? Don't wait for your expiration year to start thinking about this. Get your plan approved, look into those graduate credits that boost your salary, and take control of your professional journey today. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and happy learning!